All right, then let's get started. The counting of votes will begin at 8 a.m. local time. Remember, Bihar went to the polls in two phases on the 6th and 11th of November.
Absolutely. 243 seats are up for grabs. The halfway mark of the magic number is 122. Consider the following statistics. At 67%, Bihar recorded the highest voter turnout since 1951. Bihar recorded the highest ever female voter turnout in its history at over 71%. Polling passed off peacefully, and for the first time, 16 delegates from 6 countries, that is South Africa, Indonesia, Thailand, the Philippines, Belgium and Colombia, saw the polling as part of the International Election Visitors Program this year.
Right, so let's take a deep dive into specifics. Now, Bihar witnessed its highest voter turnout in history, with 67.13% polling recorded in the two-phase election, the highest, as we said, since 1951.
Women voters in Bihar outpaced men at the ballot box, registering a record 71.78% voter turnout compared to 62.98% among men. So that's around a 9% differential. This marks Bihar's highest women voter participation ever.
Now, in phase 1, polling was held across 18 districts and 121 constituencies. The turnout was 65.08%, with 69.04% women and 61.56% men casting their vote. Phase 2 covered 20 districts and 122 constituencies. Now, this phase saw an even higher 68.76% turnout, including 74.03% women and 64.1% men.
Across both phases, more than 850,000 polling personnel and 140,000 polling agents facilitated voting at nearly 90,740 polling stations. The Election Commission deployed more than 240 general observers, 38 police observers and 67 expenditure observers to ensure smooth conduct of the polls.
Now, the exit polls have set the tone for counting day. Almost all have forecast that the NDA will comfortably cross the halfway mark of 122.
Absolutely. While each party is interpreting these exit polls from their perspective, they've also given rise to a poster war, and that's being played out on the ground. DD India's Gautam Roy reports.
Elections are known for a war of words, either in political rallies or in newsrooms. But they're also known for posters. And the poster war in these Bihar elections has peaked just ahead of counting day. On one hand, you have the ruling Janata Dal United, which has had Chief Minister Nitish Kumar in place ruling the state for almost 2 decades now. Which is why you have parties' leaders putting up posters such as these, which says Tiger Abhi Zinda Hai, which essentially means Tiger is still alive. But on the other hand, you have a rival like the Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD and its younger leader Tejasvi Yadav, who's asserting that he wants to bid goodbye to Nitish Kumar's government, which is why the poster says Alvida Chacha, which means goodbye uncle. So this is how the war of posters, or the poster war, has reached a new level in these elections in Bihar.
Poster wars aside, the exit polls, coupled with an unprecedented turnout of 67.13% in Bihar, have given a sharper edge to the war of words between the two main rivals. More than half a dozen exit polls, which came out after the end of the second phase of polling, have spoken in one voice. Even if the poll predicting the least number of seats is considered, the Modi-Nitish-led NDA is expected to go beyond the halfway mark of 122 seats to attain a simple majority in Bihar Assembly. If the maximum number of seats forecast by any exit poll is considered for the NDA, it could even win a two-third majority. The exit polls and even the turnout spurt has lifted the NDA's spirit ahead of the results. It has credited its leadership at both the centre and the state for the predicted outcome.
युवाओं को नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो गारंटी दिया है उनके भविष्य का, तो इन सब कारणों से भी जो है वोट का परसेंटेज बढ़ा है। जनता ने मैंडेट स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि एनडीए की सरकार बनने जा रही है।
जो आप लोगों ने आंकड़ा पेश कर रहे हैं, जो मीडिया के साथ एग्जिट पोल के माध्यम से दिखाया जा रहा है, उससे भी बेहतर इस बार एनडीए का प्रदर्शन होगी। और इस बार बिल्कुल जनता ने ये साबित कर दिया है और ये बता दिया है, विकास और सुशासन को यहाँ भरोसा जताया जनता ने।
But the rival Mahagathbandhan's RJD questions the credentials of the exit polls. It asserts that the increased turnout of voters indicates a mandate seeking change.
जो एग्जिट पोल आया है ये पूरी तरह से अमान्य है। ये कोई भी एजेंसी वैसी नहीं है जिसको मान्यता मिला हो, और स्पष्ट रूप से बिहार की जनता का जो विश्वास तेजस्वी जी के नेतृत्व पर है, वो 72 लाख अतिरिक्त वोटर्स को भी उसका एहसास हुआ।
Clearly, with the exercise of their franchise, Bihar's voters have left no doubt in anyone's mind as to their keenness to having a say in the future. But they have always kept alive the mystery of the outcome. With camera person Vicky Rajput, Gautam Roy's report, DD India.
Now, the big questions confronting voters ahead of counting are: one, will it be a straight fight between the NDA and the opposition alliance?
And two, how will this time around? DD India's Deepika Mehto takes a look at the main parties and their alliances.
Bihar is all set to have a fresh spell. Its assembly with the announcement of assembly election winners on the 14th of November. A fierce competition was seen in the campaigning phase between Mahagathbandhan's Tejaswi Yadav and NDA's Nitish Kumar for the chief ministerial position, with others slightly lagging behind in making an impact on the voters. However, the results will clear the air sooner.
हमारे लिए बिहार के लिए सीएम तो मुझे नीतीश कुमार चाहिए।
सीएम पोजीशन के लिए सबसे बढ़िया दावेदार तो नीतीश है, उसके बाद में चिराग पासवान है।
आरजेडी फुल बहुमत से बनेगा, प्लस उसके साथ जितना महागठबंधन है वो लोग भी फुल बहुमत लाएगा।
नीतीश कुमार ही है। क्यों? वो बिहार में बहुत प्रोग्रेस किए हैं।
अच्छा।
देखिए ये जो 6 लाइन बहुत सारा मतलब बहुत हर एक जगह ये रोड बनाए हैं, विकलांग लोग का पेंशन भी बढ़ाए हैं, ये नीतीश कुमार ही ने किए हैं।
Both the strongholds are fielding with alliances on each side. The NDA has 5 constituents: Bharatiya Janata Party, Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United, Chirag Paswan's Lok Janshakti Party, Jitin Ram Manjhi's Hindustani Awam Morcha, and the Rashtriya Lok Morcha of Upendra Kushwaha. Whereas the opposition's Mahagathbandhan consists of 7 national and regional parties. These include Rashtriya Janata Dal and the Indian National Congress. Left parties include the Communist Party of India (CPI), Communist Party of India Marxist-Leninist Liberation, and Communist Party of India Marxist. Apart from the Mukesh Sahani's Vikashsheel Insan Party and Indrajit Prasad Gupta's Indian Inclusive Party are also contesting the Bihar Assembly Elections 2025 under the banner of Mahagathbandhan. Between these grand alliances, Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj Party also tried to make a mark. However, the results will soon clarify on who won people's mandate.
While the campaigning showed a fierce rivalry between Nitish Kumar and Tejaswi Yadav for the post of Chief Minister, here people say that they go for Nitish Kumar, but few of them have the support to RJD as well. Now, the final counting day will decide that who takes the chief ministerial position here in Bihar Assembly Elections. With camera person Manmohan, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Patna, Bihar.
So joining us now on ground, we have Gautam Roy joining us from Patna, another reporter of ours tracking the developments very closely. Deepika Mehto is joining us from Patna as well. And joining us, of course, is Aditi Tandon. She's a senior journalist and the associate editor with the Tribune. And of course, Ramesh is my co-anchor. So let's get an update from ground. Gautam, coming to you first in Patna. What is the atmosphere like there? Is everyone excited there, from voters to political parties, and is the stage set for the counting?
Well, yes, certainly, Munmun, and morning to Ramesh and other people in the studio as well. We've been tracking how things have been developing here since yesterday, particularly because that's when all the big statements started coming out, ever since the exit polls really came out day before evening. And we've seen political parties making all sorts of claims, some saying that the exit polls will bear out, and the others, the rivals who have not fared so well in the exit polls, the Mahagathbandhan saying that, these are just manufactured polls, they don't have any basis, and we're certain that we will win. At the same time, some inflammatory statements were also made which raised a bit of an alarm. Although polling went off completely peacefully, the Election Commission came out with the fact that no repoll has been ordered, even sought this time around in both the phases. But since an inflammatory and alarming statement was made by one of the RJD MLCs, Sunil Singh, who's supposedly close to Lalu Prasad Yadav, the police has taken precautions. It's even ordered lodging of an FIR, and schools in Patna are closed. And already we have seen the Election Commission saying that no victory processions will be carried out. So security is, of course, paramount. There will be central police forces, there will be Bihar police forces in the outer cordon at every counting center. There are 46 counting centers all over the state in the 38 districts, more than 4,300 counting tables. And as you've been saying, it will all start at 8 in the morning. First the postal ballots, then around 8:30 the EVMs will be brought out. And the whole process is being kept very transparent. More than 18,000 polling agents from different political parties in each of these 243 constituencies will be present to ensure that everything that transpires takes place in front of their eyes. All the votes are counted and accounted for, and even cross-checked if required. Everything will happen in a clockwork fashion, and I guess by late morning or even before noon, we might know for sure as to which way this mandate is going. Remember, it's a mandate where the turnout has been at a record level, and there have been trends in the past that at least 3 times in the state elections that when polling has been in excess of 5% compared to the previous election, the government has changed. But this time around, a lot of people are saying that that is not going to happen because of the kind of work that has been done by Nitish Kumar over the 4 terms or almost 20 years of chief ministership that he's had in Bihar. Might get a 5th term.
Indeed. Coming to you now, Deepika, good morning to you. Gautam has been reporting on a poster war in Patna and elsewhere. One NDA poster reads, Tiger abhi zinda hai. The other opposition poster reads, Alvida Chacha. Be that as it may, we'll come to know soon enough who wins and who loses. But talk to us about where you are, the activity around you. Has it picked up yet?
Good morning, Ramesh, and good morning to everyone in the studios. We are right now at the counting center here in Patna, where the counting will begin at sharp 8 o'clock. First, the postal ballots will be counted, and then the EVMs will be counted. I would request my camera person to show our viewers the kind of arrangement that have been made in the counting center here. There is a multi-level security. The STM himself is currently present at this particular venue and is taking a stock of the entire situation. Phones, bags, nothing is allowed in the counting session, in the counting room here. And also when we talk about the kind of arrangements, the multi-level security arrangements, and also the people who are allowed, it is only the polling observers, the polling booth agents and the volunteers who are allowed. Apart from that, none of the party official or the party member is allowed inside the counting premises. There is minute-to-minute announcement which is going on regarding every seat here, regarding every constituency. As you can hear right now, also the announcements are regularly going on, and all the security arrangements are being taken care of. People with valid authority slips are only allowed here, which is a very handful of people. So this is the level of security that they have tightened up. Also considering the Delhi blast, security have been beefed up in the entire region of this particular counting center, and of course the entire Patna as well. At every red light we saw police officials there being deputed. They are doing a thorough check since late evening yesterday, and hence they are ensuring that nothing of out of proportion happens. And as and when we will start having the results, and as Gautam also told that there have been we've been hearing so many different statements, and of course Tejashwi Yadav, he himself held a press conference late evening, and he said that if the rigging of the votes will happen, then only we are supposed to lose, otherwise they are very much confident that they are winning. So they are having those sort of allegations and blame game that has been already started. So considering all these things, security arrangements have been beefed up, and the counting will begin in a short while from now at 8 o'clock sharp.
Yes, Aditi, coming to you now, taking off from where Deepika left, she's saying that the allegations of vote theft have already started being made, and she's naming Tejaswi Yadav. We know that the kind of campaign of the Mahagathbandhan that had taken place on the vote chori allegation. Is the ground being prepared already to tell voters why a loss was there in Bihar? What do you think?
In fact, Munmun, last night there was a very controversial statement made by one of the RJD MLAs.
Gautam referred to it.
Yeah, Gautam referred to it, and they are basically building a ground saying that in case the election is lost today, then there will be a situation as we have seen in the neighborhood where some of the Gen Z have actually toppled governments in other South Asian countries. And this is exactly the poll plank of Mr. Rahul Gandhi of the Congress. He has been the most vocal face of this allegation of voter theft. And I think on November 5, just on the eve of the first phase of assembly election, he did his major press conference where he spoke of how, Haryana also faced these issues. And he also said that we are going to present you with the same data in Bihar. So he had almost conceded that very day, as far back as November 5, that perhaps, they are losing ground in Bihar. But Munmun, I do not think that the people of this country believe in, these kind of wild and unsubstantiated allegations with respect to voter theft. There have been a number of multiple narratives from the opposition side with respect to the integrity of the election process. This is not the first time we are hearing these allegations. These began with the electronic voting machine issue. Then there was the VVPAT issue. The issues have gone right up to the Supreme Court of the country. Supreme Court has effectively junked all these petitions. Political parties have been repeatedly dared by the Election Commission to come and show them if the EVM tampering is possible. You remember they'd even organized, mock trials, mock tests, where nobody could, come and actually show. So the point that I'm trying to make is that the opposition has to revise, go back to the drawing board and see what political narratives they have to really espouse in order to return to power or to appeal to the voters. The Congress especially has to introspect. In democracies, the only way to win the hearts of the people is to articulate the concerns of the people. Is voter theft an issue in Bihar? Because Vote Adhikar Yatra is something they started with. Rahul Gandhi held a yatra along with Tejaswi Yadav. But if you watch afterwards what happened, Tejaswi Yadav was not even seen once raising the issue of voter theft.
But now he's back on the plank.
Now he's back on the plank because, they are trying to fear monger, because they apparently do not have any other plank left. And I do not think before even the first EVM opens or the first postal ballot is counted, they should lose hope, because their leaders have been contradicting themselves only. They've been on the one hand saying that all exit polls in Bihar are wrong, and they're right in a way, because in the past exit polls in Bihar have been proven wrong. So they should actually wait for the votes to be counted than undermine their own capacity to win.
Before we talk about what might have worked for the ruling dispensation, the NDA, let's spare a thought for the opposition. You spoke about how this might force or compel the opposition, particularly the Congress, to introspect. Now, the question people might be asking is, going forward, where does the buck stop? And the buck surely stops with Rahul Gandhi because he is the leader of the party. Shouldn't heads be rolling? I mean, if the party fares miserably in this election, there should be some accountability in the party.
See, Ramesh, this is something that the Congress party will really have to think about. It appears that the Congress cannot do without the Gandhis. That's pretty clear to all of us for a long time now. Even the election that we had of the Congress president when Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge defeated Shashi Tharoor in 2022, even that time the larger understanding was that Mr. Kharge was the establishment candidate, and he was, because he was backed by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and then the entire lineup of leaders. So the question that has to be asked is whether the Congress is willing to actually allow genuine internal democracy and a genuine debate around causes of loss. See, the problem with the Congress, as I see it from a distance, is they are willing to blame everybody and everything else except themselves for their losses. You contrast that with the NDA or the BJP partners. When they had a literal shock in the Lok Sabha, when the BJP was unable to touch the magic figure on its own, they went back to the drawing board. They started valuing their allies once more, because before the Lok Sabha election, Ramesh, you would recall that BJP also had its streak of arrogance, because parties in power have streaks of arrogance. But the point is, are you at some point in time willing to course correct? Parties that are willing to course correct revive. And we have seen how the BJP has made a comeback. Every election after the Lok Sabha has been won by the BJP or the NDA partners.
Right. We'll, Ramesh, take a break at this point in time.
Right. We'll keep coming back to you for more on the Bihar election. But thank you for now for joining us on this special broadcast. Time for a very short break here on this broadcast. We'll keep coming back to you for more. But let's regroup once and get back to you with some other news.